In SQL, we can also join a table with itself. Let me show you an example. Take a look at this database, SQL HR. In this database, we have these two tables, employees and offices. Let's take a look at the data in the employees table. There you go. So here we have these columns: employee ID, first name, last name, their job title, salary, and reports to. This is the ID of the manager for this person or this employee. Now, once again, we don't want to repeat the manager's information here, like their phone number, their address, because this information can change in the future. So we're only using their identifier or their ID to refer to them in this table. Now, where can we find the information about this manager? Well, this manager is actually an employee of the same organization. So look at this example. The manager ID is 37270. Now, if you look on the left side, here's the ID of that manager, which is another employee. Now, who's the manager for this employee? Let's take a look. We don't have any values here, so the value for this cell is null. So this employee doesn't have a manager, and that means they are the CEO. So now let's go ahead and write a query to join this table with itself so we can select the name of each employee and their manager. Back to our query window. First, we need to select the SQL HR database. Next, we select everything from the employees table. We give it an alias like E. Now we need to join this table with itself. So once again, we type out employees, but we need a different alias. What should we call this alias? Well, we want to join this table with itself so we can find the managers, right? So we can use M as in short for managers. Now let's type out our join condition. So from the employees table, we need to join the reports underline to column to the managers table, which is basically the employees table itself. And what column? That is employee underline ID. Now let's execute this query and see what we get. So we see all the columns from the employees table repeated. The first set of columns represent information about the employees. And then after that, we have information about the manager. In this case, we have only one manager in this table. But with this technique, we can easily create an organization chart. We can have a hierarchy of managers. Now let's simplify our query and select only the name of the employee and their manager. So back here, since every column in the employees table is repeated twice, we need to prefix each column with a table name. For example, from the employees table, you want to get employee ID as well as the first name. And then from the managers table, you want to select the first name as well. So every column should be prefixed with the table name, or more accurately, the alias, because all these columns exist in two tables, right? Let's go ahead and execute this query. So this is what we get: employee ID, first name, and here's the manager's first name. We can improve this query by giving an alias to this column, because it doesn't make sense to have two first name columns. So let's give an alias to the third column, manager. Now let's execute it one more time. And here's the end result. So we have the employee ID, first name, and manager. So joining a table with itself is pretty much the same as joining a table with another table. The only difference is that we have to use different aliases, and we have to prefix each column with an alias. This is what we call a self-join. Next, I'm going to show you how to join more than two tables.